This marks a significant day in the history of this state, particularly so for survivors and their families. I understand just how much the production of this report has been a cause of both anticipation and apprehension for so many of you. The Minister and I met with survivors online earlier today to brief them on the final report and the government's response. The report describes a dark, difficult, and shameful chapter of very recent Irish history, and a history that has had a very real and lasting consequences for many people. It holds up a mirror to aspects of our past which are painful and difficult, and from the present-day perspective, often hard to comprehend. The testimony of survivors set out by the Commission in their confidential report makes often harrowing reading, and I appreciate the depth of bravery of the survivors who shared their experiences. It opens a window onto a deeply misogynistic culture in Ireland over several decades, with serious and systematic discrimination against women, especially those who gave birth outside marriage. While this report will obviously have the most direct impact on survivors and their families, it presents all of Irish society with profound questions. The regime described in the report wasn't imposed on us by any foreign power. We did this to ourselves as a society. We treated women exceptionally badly. We treated children exceptionally badly. We had a completely warped attitude to sexuality and intimacy, and young mothers and their sons and daughters were forced to pay a terrible price for that dysfunction. As a society, we embraced judgmentalism, moral certainty, a perverse religious morality and control, which was so damaging. But what was very striking is the absence of basic kindness. One hard truth in all of this is that all of society was complicit in it. We are going to need to confront and come to terms with this as a people. And I'm hopeful that this report can be a catalyst for that process. The report gives us an insight into the shame and stigma that was visited upon these women and their children through no fault of their own. This system was supported by, contributed to, and condoned by the institutions of the state and the churches. In so many of the testimonies, priests, nuns, and doctors loom large. Young mothers and their children ended up in mother and baby homes and county homes because of this extraordinary and oppressive societal pressure. As the Commission says plainly and simply, they should not have been there. The report brings a considerable amount of previously unknown information into the public domain. It reveals significant failures of the state and of society. It does so in a way that is both nuanced and balanced. Overall, the report and the personal accounts it contains makes for very difficult reading, but undoubtedly one of the most deeply distressing findings of the Commission is the exceptionally high rate of infant mortality in the mother and baby homes. I particularly want to acknowledge the critical role played by Catherine Corliss, a tireless crusader for dignity and truth, whose work at the Tuam Mother and Baby Home site led to the establishment of this Commission. The Commission's final report is an independent, comprehensive, and factual account of the institutions under investigation and the experiences of those who resided there. Its production is testament to the bravery of survivors and their advocates and their dedication to ensuring that as a nation we must face up to the full truth of our past. I also want to acknowledge the dedication and professionalism of the Commission, the Chair, Judge Yvonne Murphy, Professor Mary Daly, and Dr. William Duncan and their team who've worked so hard to complete their task. Of course, the production of this report is just one more step in this journey, albeit a very important one. Earlier, we assured survivors groups that we can assure the general public that this government is focused on moving forward to implement a comprehensive response to all of its findings. As part of this response, I will be issuing an apology tomorrow in Dáil on behalf of the state for the hurt experienced by many former residents of mother and baby institutions and county homes.